Meanwhile, Britain's 5 biggest banks have signed up to measures aimed at curbing bankers' bonuses agreed at last week's Group of 20 summit in Pittsburgh, the UK Treasury announced on Wednesday. Tie-up talks between mobile phone companies Bharti Airtel of India and South Africa's MTN have been called off at the last minute. Bharti blamed the South African government for being unwilling to allow the deal to go ahead. So far, MTN has declined to comment on the deal. A merger would have created a firm with more than 200 million customers across India, Africa and the Middle East. Mr. Bundeep Singh Rangar is a telecoms expert from IndusView and joins us now. Welcome to the programme. Why did the deal fall apart?
Well, the stated reason is that there were regulatory hurdles they couldn't get past. South African MTN was, the government there was looking to retain a national character for the company. Besides that, there's been speculation about the nature of the deal was very complicated. Both companies got a cross-equity swap, and there's some talk about whether or not those would have met some new rules in India on takeover rules.
Do you think that's the real reason, or do you think the incentive wasn't great enough, perhaps from the South African side?
I think the real reason is more political than commercial. I think the political nature of the African telecoms industry thwarted this deal. I think the commercial things are secondary. You can always find a way around things if you really want to make a deal happen.
Bharti needed this deal, or wanted it very badly, didn't it?
Well, look, the combined entity would have had 20 million subscribers. We're number 3 in the world after Vodafone and China Telecom. But Vodafone and the Chinese company would have about $60 billion plus in revenue. This joint Bharti MTN deal will still only be $20 billion in revenue. So Bharti is coming from a large subscriber base, 100 million, but low margin, low ARPU, low revenue relative to the big global players. So if Bharti really wants to be global, it has to buy scale, it has to buy new geographies, it has to buy growth.
And can it continue to do that? Can it find partners elsewhere?
The world's a big place. So,
yeah.
You know, if it's not Africa, maybe it'll be South America. It could be even Europe for that matter, or the Central Asian republics.
Well, can it be Europe, or do they have to be similar economies with similar dynamics to India?
Not necessarily. I think, you know, Sunil Mittal's an aggressive man. He's looked at companies in the past on the continent of Europe. He's looked at North Africa before. And he will look at a good price. I think the question will be price and value for shareholders. I wouldn't rule him out in Africa. He's been there before. 2 years ago, he's lost his stamp, but he's not a person who quits easily.
He's certainly a fascinating man. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.